Manifestations. Was Napoleon Hill a scam artist after all? I'm not really sure myself, but Coffeezzilla did a takedown piece on him that seemed pretty legit and well researched. So I'm going to take his word for it here. But as Zilla puts it, he was the first mastermind course-selling snake oil salesman who most likely lied about his connections to Andrew Carnegie and Woodrow Wilson. Again, I didn't do my own research, but the point I'm making in this video doesn't really call for that, and I don't want to disparage Napoleon Hill's name, just to say that the inspiration for this came from that takedown piece. And it's interesting because we sometimes put our faith in these characters, and I think Napoleon Hill's done a lot of really good for the world, so this isn't a takedown of him. I'm a big fan of what's it called, the book where he interviews the devil, Outwitting the Devil. And Think and Grow Rich has helped a lot of people as well. So sometimes people who might not be perfect can still do a lot of good. So that being said, I think this makes a decent point, and this is why we can't put our faith into false prophets, but that's another video. In this video, I want to discuss The Secret, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon's big breakthrough book. He said Carnegie told him to write. Who knows if that's true or not. I guess he was borrowing credibility from Andrew Carnegie, maybe, but his book went on to become massive and reportedly life-changing for many. And it's paved the way for the concept of manifestation sellers the world over, from Joe Dispenza, who I also like, to Bruce Lipton, who I also like, to Abraham Hicks, who I also like, and the vortex. The list is endless. Even the Bible gets quoted as embracing the reality of the principles of manifestation. Ask, and it shall be given to you. Seek, and you shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Matthew 7:7. But what does it mean to knock? And is simply thinking of a result you want or a vision for your life really enough to bring it about? The teachers of manifesting mostly say that thought alone isn't enough. You also have to feel as though the reality of your dream has occurred. You have to think of it consistently, write it down, visualize it, and also feel it. Conceptually, that seems simple enough, but is it? And when one falls short of achieving the result they are after, the manifesting teachers will blame the practitioner's lack of true allegiance to the principles of manifestation as the problem, rather than the philosophy itself, that you can simply think and feel things into being. But is thinking and feeling enough to knock on the door of achievement, so to speak? And is it possible to really feel the sense of accomplishment without actually accomplishing anything? And personally, I don't think it really is. I've done a lot of time trying to think and feel something into being, and it's led me to this philosophy. As Earl Nightingale, another preacher of achievement, states, we don't get the fruits of our labor and have them define us as successful. We must become successful, and then the fruits will reflect that state of being. And the part some, not all, teachers of manifestation fail to focus on is the massive action we must take in order to make our dreams real. There is no shortcut here, in my view, but rather an acknowledgement of the mental and emotional space you have to acquire to really facilitate the actions you must take. So often the teachers of manifestation leave that part out, or at best give it a sideline mention. Two truths and a lie. The two truths are that it is important to visualize your dream and feel it on an emotional level. The lie is a lie of omission, that those two truths are there to facilitate massive action. And to think and feel is good when you're pushing it towards thinking and feeling the actions you must take to get the dream into reality. In other words, the action part is what goes missing a lot of times in this thinking and feeling philosophy. So Have you ever tried to consistently feel like a massive success while procrastinating and watching Netflix or scrolling endlessly on a device? It can't be done, not really. You can't lie to yourself, not really, that you are bringing about a result from thinking and feeling alone. Rather, the truths of manifestation, the thinking and feeling aspect of it, are important aspects like the oil and the gas for the engine that is action. And through massive action, the ability to think and feel success becomes imbued with the strength of reality. The engine of action needs to be focused on as well, not just the gas and the oil that keeps it running. The gas and the oil being your thinking and your feeling to the engine that is action. So why do these teachers of manifestation so often leave the action part out of the equation? That's a good question, and I don't know the answer, but if I had to guess, I would say it's because people like simple solutions that subvert actual responsibility in their lives. They want an easy solution to the problem of living and the deeper problem of achieving. But when we put the thinking and feeling aspect of a dream's realization over the action or the doing of it, we set ourselves up for a mental torture chamber, almost like we are gaslighting ourselves from never being able to live up to actively deluding ourselves that emotional visualization is enough or even actually possible without the engine of action, revving it up daily. I mean, think of it like this. Try working towards your dream day and night, and then visualize and feel the future promise of success. It becomes easy because, in fact, you are already successful. You are making steady progress towards a worthy ideal. That's how Earl Nightingale defines success. Steady progress towards a worthy ideal. He was also somebody, I guess he was inspired by Napoleon Hill. So again, this isn't a takedown of Napoleon Hill or anything. This is just more a video about manifestation and what is it and how can we do it better, I would say. And really, my theory is it's great to think and feel things into being as long as you're also incorporating massive action. Tony Robbins simplifies it further when asked, what's the key to happiness? He simply says, progress. We are happy when we are progressing towards something, when we are busy being born, as Bob Dylan says. Now try thinking and feeling massive success after a day on the couch zoning out to Netflix. It becomes a crazy-making exercise whereby you can never really do it right, because your soul is communicating to you that you aren't on the path. Sure, you can do it here and there, 5 minutes, 10 minutes here, but try being consistent with it without the action to back it up. The thinking and feeling refuels and lubricates the engine of action so that the next day when you wake up before the sun comes up to work towards your dream, you can put the pedal to the metal and zoom down the highway towards a happy destiny. I suppose if the charlatans of manifestation told you the whole story, they wouldn't be selling you a kind of magical solution, but a rather rational one that makes perfect sense and isn't complicated or difficult to understand. Yes, indeed, you must think and feel things into being, but if you want a dream to manifest into reality, you also have to rev the engine of action consistently, fueling that engine with thinking and feeling and writing it all down and taking the actions that respond to your vision. That is success before success even comes. You are success. Or as Ephesians 3:20 states, now to him who is able to do far more abundantly than all that we ask or think according to the power at work within us. And also Corinthians 3:13, each one's work will become manifest, for the day will disclose it, because it will be revealed by fire, and the fire will test what sort of work each one has done. To my view, the fire testing, it is the action. And postscript to this whole thing. It's not to say that I don't believe in the power of thinking and feeling your dream into a reality and that everything makes sense on the level of rational thought, because there is grace and magic operating in our world, and I do think it is powerful to think and feel a vision into being. I'm not claiming to understand how everything works. It's all just to say, don't forget about the action. Jackson. Action Jackson. Peace. Have a good day. This is a postscript to the postscript of the postscript. So I just went to the cold plunge place and I listened incidentally to a bunch of Napoleon Hill's teachings and interviews, and I came to the conclusion that he's a great teacher. I don't know what his personal history was. Everybody's flawed. I'm sure he had flaws and maybe controversial ones, but his teachings are profound. And it's also, this whole video wasn't to say that none of the teachers of manifestation ever spoke of action, because they do frequently speak of action, but I noticed that gets sidestepped towards the thinking and feeling aspect of it. And so the purpose of this video, just to clarify, was just to say I think the action aspect is every bit as important as the thinking and feeling aspect, and that when you take massive action, the thinking and feeling stuff becomes very natural. So that's it. God bless you. God bless Napoleon Hill. And yeah. Have a great day. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell me about what you think about manifestation versus action and how you incorporate both and what works for you. Thanks so much for watching.